Welcome back to the Full-Time Wedding Pro podcast. What's up, my friends? My name is Peyton Helm. It's so good to see you today on this beautiful Monday. At least it's a Monday for me. I don't know what it is for you. Also, I'm going to readjust this camera angle a little bit. So what we got on the menu and the agenda for this podcast episode, we're going to be taking a step back from the typical marketing education that I give you guys with like branding and ads and pricing and all that stuff. And we're going to pull back the curtain a little bit, and I'm going to be giving you a gear walkthrough video for how I shoot photo and video weddings. I get this question a lot in my coaching program, Full-Time Wedding Pro. And it's like, yo, like, what gear do you use to shoot photo video? How do you shoot photo video without or only having a team of two and stuff like that? So I figured I would, and I literally just got back from a wedding literally yesterday. So I figured I would show some of my gear and show you guys how I walk through shooting photo and video by myself, with usually just one other person or two people at most if it's a large wedding. So if you don't know me, my name is Peyton Helm. It's good to see you. You're probably, if you've watched other gear videos on YouTube and stuff, if you're on YouTube, also my tripod is being weird for some reason. Anyway, if you watched other gear videos on YouTube, they're usually pretty highly edited. This is not going to be edited at all. So if your ADHD brain can't handle it, I'm sorry, go watch another gear review of whatever else. This is going to be kind of like a podcast episode because that's what I do. If you don't know me, my name is Peyton Helm. I am a wedding photographer and filmmaker at Peyton Helm Productions. This is my website, as you can see. I am also a marketing coach. I shoot weddings and elopements, photo and video. I am on Instagram at Peyton Helm. If you want to follow me right here, that's my Instagram. Also, I have a free community called Wedding Pro Collective on School. The link is down below in the description if you want to join. It's pretty cool. We have got some pretty cool course content, pretty cool community content in here. It's pretty awesome. I'm in there all the time answering questions and stuff like that. So if you actually want to ask me questions, it's pretty cool. And then I have a paid coaching program called Full-Time Wedding Pro. If you're a wedding photographer or filmmaker, you want to scale past 100K a year and you want to do it with paid ads and higher pricing and better branding and more ideal clients and actually have a business that you like, apply below. It's expensive, but it's a good investment. Okay, let's start. So here's how I shoot photo and video. So preface here, whenever I'm shooting photo and video, both, if it's an elopement, it's typically just me or another person, like me and 1 second. So it's just two people here. My girlfriend Caitlin, I shoot with her, and it's, she's incredible, great second. I'm going to show like the gear that we use here. And then if it's like a large wedding, I will typically have like me a second and then sometimes a third if there's going to be a whole lot of guests. Now the wedding I just did on Saturday, today's Monday, a couple days ago, it was about 200 guests. So it was getting up there in size for sure, but it was a little bit of a smaller kind of atmosphere. It was a little bit more of a outdoor-ish type of venue. It was in South Georgia. The sunset was just gorgeous, and it was pretty cool. The couple was pretty laid back. I tend to attract couples who are a little bit more laid back. Also, just for transparency, I typically start, I was this year starting at $5,000 for photo only and then $9,000 for photo and video. I've upped my prices, but this wedding was at those price points. So this is also proof that you can charge higher than average prices without shooting super luxury weddings, because that wasn't really a super luxury wedding. But anyway, so yeah, let's walk through the gear. So before I do that, before I show you like the cameras and lenses and stuff, I actually want to shout out an amazing camera brand or camera bag company, or just a bag company in general, I guess. It's Nomadic, right? So 4 years ago, I got the Peter McKinnon Nomadic bag. It's right here. As you can see, it's been through hell. It's been dropped on a lot of services, thrown in cars, airplanes. I dropped it on the glacier in Iceland when I went. It's pretty scuffed up, right? But it's amazing as a camera bag. This is seriously, and it's travel on size, or travel carry-on size. That's the word. It's great, right? So if you ever need like a really good camera bag that you can use as a carry-on for any airline, this is perfect. It's super durable. It's water resistant, I think. Don't quote me on that. And it's great. Like, I've bought camera bags before and paid like, $100 for them or whatever. And they would like break after fucking, I don't know, a few weddings. This one has lasted me full seasons for 4 years and it's still going strong. Nothing has broken on it. Nothing has ripped on it. All of the like the threads for the zippers and everything are perfectly intact. It's just held up incredibly well. I could probably see myself using it for the next 10 years. It's seriously the best camera bag I've ever had. I don't know how much they go for right now. I think it was about $400 when I got it. It was incredible, right? So on that topic, I got another Nomadic bag. This is their travel pack. It's brand new. I just took it on the first trip, like this past week. And it replaced my regular laptop bag. And it's amazing as well. Like I can tell the same quality. It was definitely cheaper than that one, but it's incredible, right? So like, yeah, I mean, obviously you guys can go like watch the reviews on it and stuff. I'm not going to give you like a full review of everything. But like I came to this wedding with all of my gear in the Peter McKinnon bag, and then all of my like my laptop and chargers and like even some clothing and like toiletries in my travel pack. And it's incredible how much you can put in here. The padding for my laptop, I got a 16-inch MacBook Pro. It's amazing. Yeah, I cannot speak highly enough about Nomadic. I think they make probably some of the best stuff in this industry. Nomadic, please sponsor me. I would love to get a little affiliate code there. I'm not big enough for that, but it's okay. So, yeah, just that's what I show up to that's what I show up with to weddings, because it's just incredible. So let's actually talk about the mechanics of how I shoot photo and video. So some people are going to be gear snobs here, and that's fine, but I just want to set the stage. I'm not trying to tell you how you should shoot photo and video. I'm just telling you what I do and what has worked for me for the last 7 years of doing it. This is not by all means the best way to do it. I probably should bring more gear, but I am a very lightweight type of shooter. I don't like to bring a ton of light stands, a ton of stuff. The only thing that, like, I'm literally just going to show you cameras, lenses, drone, a couple accessories, and that's pretty much everything I take. I take a tripod, and that's it. Like, that's the only thing I'm not going to show you in this video, because I don't know where it is. It's somewhere. And it's like a cheap tripod. Like, it's not anything expensive, because I don't see the reason to spend $1,000 on a tripod. That's just me. But anyway, so let's talk about the cameras, right? Because that's what's most important. So I shoot on the Sony platform. I shoot the A7 IV. So this is what I've got here. Obviously, I've got my Tamron lens attached to it, but I shoot the Sony A7 IV platform. I did shoot Canon. I rented a lot of R5s. I used to have an R. I rented a lot of R5s, and they overheated on me. I rented some R6s, also overheated on me. This was when they first came out. I know there's firmware and stuff like that, but I didn't feel safe enough to use an R5 on a wedding day, because you only get that chance once. Didn't feel comfortable. So I went Sony a couple years ago. I went Sony in the beginning of 2023, and it's now late 2024. So I've been shooting on the platform for almost 2 years. It's incredible. I cannot speak highly enough about Sony. They make some of the most incredible images and films that I've seen. No shade on Canon though. I love Canon. Don't really know much about Nikon, but I've heard they're good. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, A7 IV. Whenever the A7 V comes out, if it's as good as this camera, I will get it. I will say, if I was shooting video only, I would have done with the A7S III. And then if I was shooting photo only, I probably would have done like the A7R5. But this A7 IV has been amazing. I've got two, so I've got this one recording right now, and they're incredible, right? So yeah, cannot say good enough things about them. And the way that I do it for like photo and video, I can actually probably show you, is I literally I keep it on manual, right? Keep it on manual. And then I just use a little toggle right here on the back to switch between photo and video when I'm shooting on the day. Now you can technically use like the video button when you're shooting in photo mode, but it like kind of fucks your settings a little bit, which is not ideal for me. So I like having full control. I shoot, S-Log3, and yeah, I just like it's really easy for me to just like switch back and forth. It's almost muscle memory. Sometimes I go all the way over to S and Q. If you're on Sony, you know what I mean. But most of the time, like, it's just super easy, and it's so fast to switch over. I used to have this issue where I burst a lot whenever I'm taking photos. It's like, grrr, and then I switch over to video and it buffers a little bit. I was on slower cards back then, but now what I'm used to doing is just like starting on video, recording video, and then switch over to photo, grrr, and I'm done. But yeah, so I shoot that. Real quick shout out to SanDisk. I use the V90s, 128 gigs. They're amazing. I usually don't ever fill up more than 2 at a wedding day, and I shoot a lot. But yeah, I've got 2 in here, 2 in that one in my Fuji, which I'll show you in here in a minute. And yeah, so that's what I shoot as far as the cameras. Works for me. Doesn't work for everybody, but that's okay. And I'll get into the mechanics of how I shoot photo and video in a minute once I go through the gear, and you'll understand. So on this camera, I've got my Tamron. It's a 35 to 150 f2 to 2.8. This is probably the best lens I've ever bought. It rivals the Canon, I think it's 28 to 70 f2. It's amazing. And for the price point, you can't freaking beat it. It's incredible. And it goes like all the way to 150. Like, look at this. It is heavy, I will say, but like, it's nuts. So I always use this for ceremonies. I use this also for speeches. Typically, like when it comes down to speeches, I've got this camera on a tripod and I'm doing video, and then I've got my other camera, that camera, and my other lens, handheld. So yeah, this lens is incredible. Also, this is a little pro tip that I learned kind of the hard way. You see how I've got like the sun shade right here? I always do this, and I always keep this on my lenses because I have dropped these lenses before. Not this one. I've dropped the one that's on this camera right now, which is a Tamron 18 to 35 or whatever. It's kind of a cheapie, but I've dropped it, and this saved the lens. So pro tip. Also, it kind of just looks cool. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, I use that, and then on this camera, I have my second favorite lens I've ever bought, which is the Sigma 35 1.4. So I believe this is not the Art. This is the DGDN. And yeah, it's beautiful. It's dirty, but it's a beautiful lens. I love the 35 millimeter angle. It's probably my favorite focal length. And yeah, I can't say enough good things about it. This is what is on me for the most part all day. So, and I've considered buying like a 24 to 70 or whatever Sigma or Tamron makes or whatever. But I usually just stay prime like this, and then I use the 35 to 150 whenever I need to just punch in a little bit. Sony cameras have this really, really cool feature. And well, the best thing about Sony is you can map all of these buttons to whatever you want. But I've mapped this button right here to punch in and go from a full frame to like a cropped APS-C, I think is what it is. I don't know. I'm not going to try it right now. But it goes from the full frame to APS-C. So that way, like if I'm shooting on my 35 and I'm shooting 4K, obviously, and when I'm doing photo, I'm doing like the raw and the highest megapixel I can. I just like punch in a little bit and it works. I mean, is it the most incredible quality in the world? No, but it's wedding photos. Like you don't really need to be able to zoom in and count each person's pores, so it's fine. So yeah, that's what I do. Those are the 2 cameras I use. Pro tip 2, I have this little thing, this little sling from Amazon. It's amazing. It just hooks right in, and as you can see, it hooks in to this on the camera. And I love like just keeping it on one shoulder, and then whenever I'm tired of holding it, I just like unclip it. I throw this on the ground and I do whatever. I had 2 of these. My cat chewed up the other one, but great. It's just on Amazon. It's like $20. So great. So yeah, whenever I'm shooting photo and video at a wedding, and I'm always the lead shooter, I am typically just using one camera, and it's typically like this Sony with my Sigma 35, and I'm doing photo and video, and I'm fast at it. I don't really have any other, I don't have any tips other than just get good at it and do it a lot, and then you'll get really good at it. And then my second is typically focusing just on photo or just on video. If they're a second that has experience shooting photo and video, then I do have them do both as well, but I need to make sure they've got good gear for it and so on and so forth. Now, when Caitlin shoots with me, she has this, which is a Fuji X-T30 Mark II. This is an incredible camera. It's cheap. It's $1,000. This lens I think was a couple $100. It's a 15 to 45, so super wide. I believe this is a crop sensor camera. Don't quote me on it. I don't think it's full frame. Has a little moving screen. It's super cool. But the thing that I love about this camera is when we're just like out and about, and I want to get like not at a wedding, and I want to get nice quality photos that are better than my phone. We just take this because it's super small. She's got this, I don't know where it is, but she's got this like cute little like pink case for it. And it just fits. Like it's really small. And it's easy. Like you can throw it into auto if you don't want to deal with it, but like the settings are super easy. It's got like a set shutter speed dial right here, and then you can change the ISO and stuff like that, and the aperture. It's great. It's a great little camera, and it has film emulations on it. So if you just want to shoot it in JPEG all day and about, you have a nicely edited filmic type of photo, and I love that vibe. But then when you want to take it to a wedding, you throw it into JPEG plus RAW or RAW, and you just shoot with it. It's great. We used it. This was the first time we used it at the wedding on Saturday, and the photos looked absolutely incredible. So yeah, I'm very excited to use this for more weddings. This is fairly new for us. Fuji just makes such good cameras, and I love the film look without actually having to shoot film. I know some of you film nerds are going to be like, how dare you, but I don't care. So it works for me. It's digital. You can take a bunch of photos. You don't have to worry about film count. It's not real film. I know that. It doesn't look exactly like real film. I know that, but it's good. It's good enough. Plus, you know, we shot, so like this last wedding, we shot JPEG plus RAW. So I'm going to give them all the JPEGs with the film emulation. And then I'm also going to give them the RAWs with my own preset on them. So they have both. So, you know, good client experience. So yeah, like, so for this past weekend, Caitlin was just shooting on that. She was just doing photo only. I was handling all the photo and video. And in situations where there's things that you can't necessarily do twice. So like a first look or a ceremony or speeches or something like that. I typically will do whatever my second shooter is not doing. So for example, my couple this past Saturday, they did a first look. I shot video, Caitlin shot photo. Pretty easy. So that's what we do. A couple accessories. So I have a Neewer flash. It's not the best flash in the world. It takes cool flash photos. That's all I care about. I use it on camera. I don't really care about off-camera flashes. I am not a super technical photographer. I just like to shoot what looks good. I use Neewer flash. It's great. Takes batteries. I've had it for years. It's been dropped and scuffed and stuff. You might be able to see if you're watching this on video. It's great. It's the Neewer TT560 Speedlight. Works for me. I have a drone. I use the DJI Mavic Air 2. Pretty cool. Probably need to upgrade it at some point. The only annoying thing is with this drone, what I found out the hard way is if you underexpose it all and then you try to bring up the shadows, they just look god fucking awful. So I might try to get a newer drone at some point, but I've had this one for years. It's been great. If you slightly overexpose it in D-Log, it looks great. So, or D-Cine, whatever it is. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that's what I use. DJI Mavic Air 2. Pretty cool. Small, lightweight. Never had any issues with it. The battery life sucks, but I think that's just drones in general. So yeah, it's okay. And then a couple other accessories for audio. I actually have a couple different things for audio. I don't know where my other audio, my mic is, but I'll find it. I use two of the Tascam DR10L Pros. These are great. This one in particular is annoying. I don't know how to fix this, but every time I turn it on, it makes me re-enter the date. I don't know if that's just me being stupid or if it doesn't work. I don't care. This is what I use. It works, and it's great. I also have a little Sony recorder somewhere. Hold on, let me pause this, see if I can find it. Okay, I found it. And this is really, really important. I really wanted to show you this. So it's a Sony, I don't know, it says IC recorder. I don't know. I got it on like B&H or Amazon or something. It was really cheap. But yeah, it's amazing, specifically for backup audio and for speeches. It doesn't have an SD card slot, I don't think at least. No, it doesn't. It records internally. It's super easy. You can like set where it holds, and you don't like any buttons, like you can't press them anyway. But I got a mic sleeve on Amazon, and the way it works, you see how it's like got a little section in it, right? So you just slip this in, clip it, and then this part, the big circle part, goes on. Hold on, there it is. The big circle part goes on a mic. You just put it on, and as long as the DJ isn't weird, you get easy speeches audio. I love it. It's great. You don't have to like, it's not like a transmitter or whatever. Yeah, it's great. Okay, I guess that's pretty much it. So yeah, I love doing photo and video. This is the gear that I use for photo and video. Obviously, for like, I don't know if you care about my computer, but it's it's M1 Max MacBook Pro. I'm probably gonna upgrade to the M4 when it comes out. Yeah, That's pretty much it. So hopefully you enjoyed this gear video. It was very weird and off the wall and unedited, and that's okay because I have photos to edit, so I don't have the time to edit all of this to be crazy. So okay, love you guys. Again, if you want to learn how to book multi six figures and shoot photo and video, if you want to, I don't really teach how to shoot photo and video, but anyway, yeah. If you want to watch more, I have other YouTube videos and other podcast episodes on more marketing type stuff, but I get gear questions, so I figured I would answer some of those questions that I get. If you have any questions about gear that I use or whatever, feel free to join Wedding Pro Collective. It's free. You can ask that in the group, or you can comment it down below on this video. I'll reply to it, or you can follow me on Instagram and message me, and I got you. All right, cool. Love you guys. See you later. Bye-bye.